Where are my girls that did everything right? They crossed off all the boxes. They did everything that they said they wanted to do, but life still doesn't quite feel right. Feels like you're missing something. Maybe it's time to do a bit of shadow work. I was on a swing yesterday. Yes, I swing as an adult. I color. I do puzzles. I just been getting back to the things that I enjoyed in my childhood. And I was on a swing and I went back to when I was a little girl, probably like 8 or 9, very young, and just like swinging on the swing at my dad's house. And I was like, what are you trying to tell me in this moment? At that time, I was my dad's only child. I spent the majority of my time with my grandparents, only grandchild at the time, and I was my mom's only girl. So I really operated as an only child. And I just remember when I checked in kind of like with myself, I felt lonely. I felt like I didn't really have my own space. I wasn't really able to get the comfort that I guess desired. And I started just to tell her like, you're all right, everything works out. And I started like naming off some of my accomplishments just as a comfort. It's like, you know, you're gonna make it through. Like your life is pretty good. Amazing if you ask me. Think about who she needed at that time. If there were trusted adults in her life at that time, what is something that they would say to her to make her feel better in that lonely moment? That is what we call shadow work. Go back to that little girl in you that's underneath all of the performing, all of the expectations of other people. Go back to her and sit with her, which is often very uncomfortable. Our shadow self is often our wounded self. It's who we think we are. It's those insecurities, a lot of stuff we learned intentionally and maybe even subconsciously as a child. It's all of that junk, kind of like bag lady, the stuff that we carry underneath who we actually show up as, the things that we hide, the things that we don't talk to people about. Then we have who other people think we are, who we show up as, often the roles we perform. But don't think of this as like acting, like you're being fake. It's not that type of performance. It's more of who I was taught to be, the things that I do and how I come across to other people. Because sometimes we get assigned roles that no one really told us we had to do. We just kind of started to feel it. It made us feel good. It helps us hide our wounded self because now we're being useful. And the performance is like, okay, I'm the mom of the group. I'm the designated driver. I'm the responsible one. I plan the trips. Like all of those type of performance roles that we've developed over the years that help us feel better about ourselves. I'm a little rusty. I got to get back into playing and makeup. This is not my comfort zone. And you definitely got to do this when you don't have nothing to do. Like there's zero time crunch. You're literally just playing. So there's nothing at stake because I still have to look somewhat presentable today. So that's the hard part about eyeshadow. Like, and I don't want to have to wipe it off. But your last self is your true self. And this was supposed to be like Neapolitan ice cream. And stuff just be looking better in my head than like in real life. But it's okay. It'll get the job done. It was just supposed to be like a little cutesy, fun look. Just something to get me back in the groove of life. Because I feel like I've been running from my true self. And makeup was a way for me to tap back into my creative side. So I have really been trying to get back into things that just bring me joy and that are not attached to anything else. No performance, no what you shoulda, coulda, woulda did. It's literally just me living. Your true self or your best self, your dream self, her, as I like to call it, is your whole self. It's who you are with the wounds, accepting your flaws, still loving yourself through all of the mess, not performing for rewards, performing so that you feel like you're living out your purpose. And that's who you truly are underneath who society told you that you were supposed to be. We have who you think you are, which is our wounded self. Then we have who other people think you are, which is the socially acceptable person that we show up as every day. And lastly, we have who you truly are. That's the person that you are when you're just existing. And it's so important to realize that these steps are not linear. It's not, okay, I was wounded as a child, now I'm performing as an adult, and I'm going to finally reach the whole state. That's not how it works. There are going to be things that are going to trigger you, stuff that you didn't even know bothered you as a kid, that's going to come up and you go back to your wounded self. But now knowing that I have these three different people, kind of like three different aspects of myself, now like what am I going to do with this information? How am I going to show up? How am I going to make my decisions? What type of life am I going to live? How can I be my true self, let's say 90% of the time? We all have three versions of ourselves, and neither one is good or bad. How does it look? They're not good or bad. They just kind of are. These are our experiences, and it helps you not be so hard on yourself when you're not looking at it as like good versus evil, or this is my bad self. No. Your wounded self, which is the person that learned based on the experience that happened. They may not be anything traumatic. Sometimes who we are is shaped in small moments or just things that I learned to shrink in order to make the people around me comfortable. And in that performance, the person who other people see you as, that was technically armor to keep you from being wounded, keep you from feeling vulnerable, to protect you from the things that you don't want to experience again. In order to cut through those layers that you've built to protect yourself, you have to sit with your wounded self. You have to sit with those insecurities, that inner child. And it's not easy. And there's no timeline. It's not 1, 2, 3 done. It happens in stages. So we build this armor that it's not always a bad thing. Like, it's not a bad thing to go to school, but when you become a professional student, it's like, what am I running from? Like, why can't I actually like start a career? Why do I want to continue in this same mode? Like, this is keeping me safe because I have a, end game, or I got 6 jobs, I don't get tired. That like trying to out hustle the world when it's like, that is not living. That's not enjoying yourself. Like, at some point we got to stop. And then you look up and you're like, all the goals I have are for other people. I'm supposed to buy the house and have the kids and drive a minivan. Like, that's just what I'm supposed to do. But is that what you truly want for yourself? You might want a 2-door convertible. I didn't recognize I was running from my wounded self until I had the majority of the things that I could control and I could do. And then I looked up and I'm like, I'm not happy. This don't feel right. Like, I did all of this work and I still feel empty. Something ain't right. And I had to pause. Flag on the play. It's not about I'm going to quit my job and blow my life up and then I can't pay my bills. It's not about that. It's about, are these goals and things that I'm doing every day, is this what I want for myself, or am I doing what I've been told I was supposed to do? Start to make an audit of your life. What am I doing that no longer serves me? What are some things that I actually need to cut out right now because it's blocking me from being my true highest self? Once you're ready to stop hiding your wounds and grow with them, learn from them, because there are lessons in the hardships. There are lessons in the patterns that we continue to repeat. There are lessons in that pain that you keep avoiding or putting voids on top of. The voids aren't always bad things. It's the going out when you said you was going to budget. It's procrastinating. It's not doing what you said you were going to do. It's not showing up as your best self. Keeping your promises to yourself, because that wounded self is used to the chaos. She's like, okay, well, we're safe here. We know the result of staying in this place that we know we really don't want to. It's sometimes the chaos becomes comfortable. I always say no, shoulda, coulda, wouldas. But sometimes there is peace in recognizing that I'm not where I thought I would be right now. And I'm not reaching my true self. But once again, this is not a 1, 2, 3 step plan. It's never too late to start over. It's never too late to start doing things differently. Start keeping your word and your promises to yourself. Start doing the things that you know is going to get you to the next level. Stop ignoring those wounds. Go seek help. Get a therapist. Slow down. Sit at that vanity and do your makeup and take care of yourself. Or you can always stay in the same situation, keep dating the same men, different fonts, staying in the same job that you know you hate, and nothing changes. And your true self will stay hidden under the wounds and under the performance because it's comfortable. Known chaos sometimes feels better than unknown change. But I think it's pretty good for me, like, getting back in the groove of things. This is breakup makeup. Hopefully I can bring her back Valentine's Day 2027. But I truly feel like she was ahead of her time because the colors are words of affirmation. So I used Yes I Can, Focus, I Am Enough, No Excuses, I Am Gorgeous. So those are just some of the shades that I use. But it's super cute eyeshadow palette.